Alright, another huge fucking cut. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Probably spent another, what, hour and a half wondering, doing what the hell. I looked around, didn't look it up on YouTube, didn't do anything. I just randomly found this modulator with the word Merv on it. Weirdly, that it's called Merv. That's quite funny. And I was like, gee, that's one of the circuit panel names, isn't it? And lo and behold, it's opened these doors. So I'm assuming that now, we can, yeah, this can actually be properly done, which is good. This is the wrong room, but, you know, let's might as well check this room out. Flame rounds, gonna need them, because I had to fucking take out all the fucking liquors. I'm gonna fucking save it, yeah. So every time we need to go to a kind of room that doesn't look right, we'll just go into the modulator and see what's up. That seems to be the only way to do it. Apparently, I think that opened the freezer door, like the room door. So I'll have to have a look, see what has happened there. But it seemed to be the only way to get in. But nothing in the game told you about that, you know. Well, at least on my end, I could be wrong. Maybe, you know, maybe there was something on my end and I just missed it. But, you know, I had to look for it, you know, and I didn't want to look it up because what would be the point in looking it up, you know? But there was nothing I picked up that told me about that I needed the modulator to do that, so, you know. But it is what it is. I don't understand why this game is so heavily complicated compared to the original. It's only bigger in terms of, you know, everything's just more fucking complicated for some reason. I have no idea why. It's, you know, when you go to the lab in Claire A, in the original game, you got the code, you got the thing for sharing, you got out. Here it's just miles more complicated for no fucking reason, other than padding the game out. Because, you know, I understand that. I understand it, don't get me wrong, I do. Because, you know, if they made it exactly like the original, people would beat it in a day because we're so used to it.
You have
Wayne's inbox. Rick Mendoza. Sounds familiar. Still current. Your Jets. Anyway, he's anywhere. It's just a bunch of replies. Choosing a cheerleader. What a great girl. I don't know if that's significant. It probably is. The series, like, veterans, but not me, really.
Ooh, damn. Should have packed my parka.
Yeah, so this is where you cool the thing down, and then you put it in the lab. It really puts us no closer to finding the cure for Sherry, but, you know, we gotta do this complicated shit first.
In progress.
Kind of annoying, really. I don't understand why it's got to be more complicated. Oh man, this playthrough's been rough. I think there's about maybe 3 or 4 times in this playthrough where I've had to have massive cuts or massive amounts of like edited out footage because I'm wondering where the hell to go. So hopefully this should finally fucking work.
Complete.
Yeah, hopefully this should finally work now. I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough, like, I know there's been labs like this, but it was mostly to get the cure for Sherry. Here, we haven't even started that yet. You know, we're fucking getting the fucking, thing. You know? I mean, once we get the purple wristband, we should be good. In terms of, you know, getting what we need. I had to burst through a few acid, like, fire rounds to get here to kill the lickers, because they were just getting in the way. I understand why the game is like this, I really do. I'm not angry, I'm not mad about it. I've got frustrated with some of the parts, but, you know, it's not a frustration that kind of, you know, it's a frustration that, oh man, I didn't know this. They've changed it from the game again, but at the end of the day, I understand why they've done that. I just wish there had been something that told me about the modulator, but I guess it's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna figure out any of the modulator kind of passwords, so I might have to just cut forward until I do, but I don't know. But nothing really told me about that, so I wouldn't have figured it out. Shit, I thought I was gonna be dead. I haven't saved yet, so maybe I probably... Whoa! No siree, Bob. See you fucking later, nerd. Alright. Yes, and all I say, thank fucking God. Oh, for fuck's sake. Dude, it's like... It's so much, like, longer than the original game, dude.
Dispensing solution now.
I guess, to be fair, it will also show how far we have come in console generation since 1998. He actually dropped on the floor. I mean, we'll have to go get it.
So much for the weed infestation.
Warning. You have dispersed a dangerous solution without authorization. Your actions have been logged, and you may be subject to disciplinary measures.
Yeah, well, I have an absolute sweet pea of the world to save, so fuck you. I could not give a fuck what you want me to do. You can go fuck yourself. I have more important people to take care of. Fucking nerd. Alright. Finally, we can get the hell out of here. Get the aerial agent for the west area. Right, at least it tells me what to do! Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to use it. I have to use it. Oh, I'm gonna get grabbed. I tell you what, the sub-weapons have become very scarce all of a sudden. Oh, Lord! No, see, nerd. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't want to waste any more ammo. I've still got, like, another fight with Birkin to do. William, that is. So I don't want to really waste any more ammo than I have to. Maybe even 2 more fights with Birkin, I don't know. Well, probably not the final fight, because, you know. I was just a dim. Oh, Birkin. That's when free security process. These suits contribute nothing to this project anyway. Herbicide disposal by unauthorized employee detected in East area, which is where we need to go. Which is no idea. I think I'm in the west area actually. Oh no, the east area is. Yeah, we're going to the main hall, I think. Yeah. And then we're probably taking the lift. I don't actually know. That's what I'm assuming anyway. Yeah. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, so sorry for another massive cut in footage, guys. It will make the playthrough sort of shorter, but Jesus Christ. It's kind of overly complicated methods. That's kind of
Find that
what's
antiviral
baffling
agent
me.
soon.
You know, we're at the tail end of the story. And I'll tell you something, I'm probably going to take a break at the end of this playthrough. Just to kind of give myself, like... Lab video cassette. No. I'm not going to take that. I haven't found a video player yet. If we find one... Oh, hang on. Is there one here? Yeah. Okay, let's do it then. Let's take it. There's a video recorder, so we might as well view it. You wear up, I swear to God. I mean, I haven't played Resident Evil 0 since this game came out. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a break and play some 0 for a bit. So I don't get too burnt out. Oh wait, I need to do this. It's 0:55. Oh, it's telling me what the code is in the... Oh, okay. So it's kind of really, really squiggly in the middle. A big dip at the beginning and then kind of a big dip at the end. 055. Here it is. So, let's see. Oh, Lord. I might just leave that for now and see. Well, I'm gonna need to probably. I mean, it tells me what to do, but all the power. Yeah, all the power's down here, so I'm gonna have to do it. It's really squiggly in the middle. That's one thing I do know. Oops. Oops. Here we go. Something a bit like that, actually. Let's see if this works. Probably not. But it is something a bit like that, to be fair. No. Oh, Lord. It's so much easier in the actual game. Oh, right, so it can't... Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. Still need it, but... Burroughs dedicated to Cecil research on G with ongoing nest. He's removed from his post. The breaking top rats and the news about G almost ready. Yeah. Oh, well, his daughter was unbeknownst to anything. So he breached his contract, basically. Yeah, his fucking desire to be the top scientist, put his daughter in danger, and fucking eradicate an entire city. And he's a douchebag. And now his daughter's on the verge of dying because he's an absolute fucking... Oh, I hate William Birkin. I'm not really a hateful person, you know what I mean? But, you know, what the fuck, dude? Cool. Following cleanup procedure. I didn't get, like, a suit. Or if it needed it. What the fuck? Oh, look at that. It's a bit like Revelations. Cool. These labs look cool, though. I mean, one thing I can't fault is the RE engine. It's like I said, it's on par with Naughty Dog. Let's save. We got a gunpowder in here. I can't even remember what we put in here now. It's been so long, dude. Oh, hang on. Here we go. That'll do. And then we can combine these, and it'll give us probably acid rounds. Yeah, I prefer fire rounds, if I'm honest. But I think I've hardly ever found acid rounds, like stuff to find fire rounds. So another red herb. There's been more red herbs than anything fucking else. Another gunpowder. Yeah, I've found about maybe on average about 8 or 9 red herbs. It's ridiculous. Fortunately, with all the loading I've had to do, I don't waste health. I mean, that's why I've loaded most of the time, so I don't waste the health items for before I need them. The embryo disposed of, yeah. I don't even care at this point. Oh, wait a minute.
Damn it.
Oh, for God's sake.
Look at
Oh.
that. All right.
Oh, would you look at that? He was in Sherry's pendant. Wow.
Got it.
That's funny. Sherry's pendant had the
God.
cure for her.
The antiviral agent. Gotta get back to
Huh.
Sherry.
That's kind of ironic. Alright, Nugget. Alright, sweetie, we're coming. Wow, that is ironic, that shit. That is just like... Did Birkin plan for that? Oh, snap! Speaking of which... Words of fucking Ripley, get away from her, you bitch.
Your ass again.
Yeah, you're not getting in my fucking way. Oh, God! Of all people...
Sense now.
That ain't gonna work. Oh, I took the bat. Maybe you did. Thank you, Annette. Annette Ex Machina.
What the hell is this thing?
Come on, Claire, use your head.
That was my husband.
What happened here?
She is my creation!
It's all he fucking cared about in the end, isn't it? And she couldn't shoot him. Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
I should have killed him while I had the chance.
Now, I get that.
Why? I just couldn't do it.
He was your husband.
Yeah, I knew someone was gonna say that. I get that. But at the end of the day, right? I'm gonna say this. At the end of the day, Annette knows what G can do. And now William has injected himself with it. She knows he's done that. Because obviously in the original cutscene she went back to check on him. Now obviously he hadn't done that before. So that's a new take on the original cutscene, because in the original cutscene, Annette doesn't know he's done that until later. Now, I get that he's her husband. I understand that, but at the end of the day, she obviously knows he's injected himself, and because he's healing, and she goes to shoot him, but she doesn't. But in my mind, I get why she wouldn't do that if that is the case. But at the end of the day, like I said, she knows what G is doing and what it is and everything, and she knows that now William's injected himself. He's going to become to a point where he's going to want to inject Sherry with embryo to reproduce and stay immortal, basically. So she's failed Sherry in that regard. She's failed to protect her instantly in that moment. She should have shot him no matter what, because now her daughter is in every constant danger, which is probably why, to be fair, that's probably why she said to like stay at the house or whatever. But like Sherry said, like she should have known that Sherry at one point was gonna wonder where they were. They weren't coming home and whatever. Now I think, now to be fair, maybe they assume, well, maybe Annette assumed that Sherry would know they're at work, so, you know, she maybe not worried about it, but I think maybe the fact she wasn't answering her phone maybe was different to her. Maybe. Because maybe Annette always answered the phone. But she put her daughter in immediate danger, already knowing what G was capable of and what it was designed to do. She let William go, putting her daughter in ever constant danger. That's failure on my part. She's failed as a parent instantly in that moment. She should have shot him no matter what. I know, if that's the case, I kind of get it, but at the same time, you're not only going to lose your husband, but your husband's going to end up killing your daughter, and you're going to have nothing left. So, yeah, I understand. Maybe she's not failed her entirely. Maybe that's a bit hard. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. But at the end of the day, you knew what he was capable of doing once you knew he injected himself. You knew what he was going to do. You knew what he was going to become. Now, maybe that's why she's been carrying that gun with him and tailing him along, so she doesn't do that. But she should have done it before it got the chance to be how it is. So, yeah. Annette, you've failed miserably there, love. You really should have fought better there. I know it's your husband, but your daughter's an ever... What's the word? It's a lifelong responsibility. Whether you're with the husband or not, your kid is a lifelong responsibility that you as a parent need to take care of their well-being, and at least until they're 18. At least until they're a teenager or early 20s. At least. And you failed her there. And massively, considering she's still quite young as well. I know there are some circumstances like I just said, but Annette has really let her down on that one. And there's no reason why she should have done that. The fact that he's her husband doesn't matter anymore, because sooner or later, right? Sooner or later, he's not going to be her husband. He's going to be a shadow of his former self. And like I said, she knows what G is. She was the kind of culprit in all this to a degree. Maybe not willingly, I don't know. We don't know if it was willing or not. But in that moment when she let him go and didn't shoot, Sherry was then in immediate danger no matter what she was trying to do and trying to assess. What was she trying to assess? Why didn't she just shoot the asshole? You know, because it's not the fact... It could be something to do with the fact that, yes, he's her husband, but sooner or later he won't be. He'll be a monster that will hunt your daughter down to reproduce and whatever. And it will kill her. I mean, fuck. I mean... You know, in that instance, you probably... Okay, maybe you can't do that, but maybe you should have run home, grabbed your daughter, got in a car, and fucking drove. I mean, to be honest, they shouldn't have been doing any of this to begin with. They've both failed her in the fact that they've put her in that immediate danger, eradicating the city and making it full of monsters. Jesus fucking Christ, these are like the worst parents ever, in a way. Seriously. They And then, the thing is, now, right, now she's injected, we know what happens. Like I said earlier, she's now subject to a lifetime of torment until she can get let out by the government and become a fucking government agent, probably against her will. We don't know, maybe Sherry... I think it says in Resident Evil 6's bio that Sherry, you know, she kind of volunteered, you know, she felt kind of responsible for the outbreak of such viruses because her parents were involved, and maybe she had a vow to put the world right. But, you know, for so many years she was subject to rigorous tests and bullshit instead of just living with Claire because she had the antibody to a virus that at one point probably was going to get expanded on anyway. Maybe her antibodies don't even work anymore in the current scheme of things. And the girl never has a normal life. Annette and William Birkin have literally stole her life from her. Literally, both of them. Both of them have failed in different ways. You know, William for creating the bullshit, and Annette for not really doing something about it when she had the chances to. And then thinking that leaving Sherry on her own in her house was a good idea. They've both failed her miserably. And because of that, she doesn't ever have a life of her own. Ever. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit, dude. I mean, yes, was I happy to see her in Resident Evil 6? Yes. But then I read her bio and I was sad. I was so upset. Because it turns out that she never really had a life of her own. She was subject to tests her whole life in a fucking laboratory because she hadn't, like... And she even says it as well. She says it to Jake, if you remember in the beginning of, what is it? Chapter 2, and they crash out of the plane, and Jake pulls the ice pick out of her head, out of her back, and her back heals up. And then he goes at one point, "Oh, maybe it's your blood they should be testing for vaccines." And Sherry goes, "Well, they already did, more than I can stand." So she's been literally subject to a life of torment from that bullshit. They literally stole her life in that moment. She's never had a life of her own. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. They are not my favorite people on planet Earth. If they were real characters, I would no. I reckon, right? Well, I think it became that Claire adopted her. I'm not sure, but you know, when she never got a family life. I mean, even before all this shit, she didn't really have a family life because her mum and dad were too busy making fucking monsters and bullshit viruses that weren't helping people; they were harming them. So the girl has never had a life of her own in any sort of fashion. She probably had her life stolen from the day she was born. Fuck me. Anyway, sorry about that. I had to fucking rant, but...
Honestly, we were more married to our work than each other.
Yeah, that's blatantly obvious. Sorry.
What about Sherry? How could you just leave her all alone while Raccoon City burned to hell?
Yeah, damn right, that's what I just said.
My daughter grew up in a world with a G-virus in it.
Excuse me, you already did by curating it, Annette. He's gonna wake up and grab her. But, what? No, from the moment you curated it, she was exposed to it. You've already done that by curating it. You should have stopped William from doing it or throw him out. You should have done something about it before it was curated, and then she wouldn't have been subject to growing up with a world with G in it. You handed that curation. You were part of it. You've already done it. You'd already done it before this had started. There's no redemption here. The only redeeming thing is that Annette does eventually make the virus to cure her. But it doesn't change the fact she's failed her for the rest of it. She redeems herself before she dies, and I'll give her that. I will give her that, but... No, that sentence is inept. Not inept. That's the wrong word. But that sentence is irrelevant. That's the right word. It's irrelevant. Because you've already done it by curating it. So now, and you know, you should have known that William was a douche and was gonna fucking do that and people were gonna come after him. Surely you knew that, right? Unless he didn't tell her. Unless he didn't tell her, she should have known that, and then she should have took Sherry and run away. She should have run away. Anyway, let's go on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to rant, but it's just I just love Sherry. That's what this is. You know, and you just feel sorry for her when you put it all together, and it's not fair, dude. The girl's never had a life. Not only has she been lonely almost her whole life until she met Claire, she's not had a semblance of any life at all. Her mom and dad are always busy working and never being in the house. And then she has no friends outside, well, maybe apart from her school friends, maybe, I don't know. But I mean, there is a part in the video that someone does of her, and it says something, it says Annette's calling Sherry and telling her about saying not to make her school friends or whatever, so maybe that's the case, but... anyway, let's move on. I'm sorry about that rant, but...
That's no excuse either.
Damn. See, he doesn't even recognize her anymore. His humanity is completely gone.
I got this.
Annette, you ain't got shit. That gun didn't do shit during the first time. Oh, spit.
Sorry.
Not him you should be apologizing to. Yeah, that ain't doing shit.
I got this. You should take care of Sherry.
I guess she's got a
what you're
point.
up against.
I have a pretty damn good idea.
Whatever you do, don't stop until it's finished.
Trust me.
Fuck you. I have other priorities that you don't even have. Oh shit. Okay, what do we do? I guess we shoot these tanks, right? Come on, dickhead. Fucking bring it. Got a bone to pick with your fucking ass. Oh, he grabbed it. Hold on. Holy shit, look at the detail, though. Look at this. It looks fucking beastly. Oh, crap. Have I got health items? Yeah, I got 2. Okay. Holy sh... have I seen this form before? Is this the form at the end of the game? I think it might be.